Hey cousins, it's cousin Rosie, and in this video, I'm going to show you how I make my Thanksgiving or holiday dinner for two. It's going to be a sheet pan meal, y'all, so let's get right into it. So I have my Cornish hens here. Of course, you can get this from any local grocery store. You're going to make sure you wash those thoroughly, remove the insides because some of them do have the little packets. I did remove the backbone, but I'm still going to cook it because we're going to use the backbone later. And then we're just going to start sprinkling on the seasons. But first, let's just drizzle on some olive oil, y'all. Okay, if you want to use avocado oil, you can do so. Or if you have another oil in mind that you want to use, you can do that as well. I'm going to start off with my Rosemary seasoning salt, okay? Rosemary Seasonings is my brand, okay? If y'all been living under a rock, hello. We've been around since 2020. Go ahead and stock up on rosemarseasonings.com. We started off with that seasoning salt, and now we're going to go in with the herbs de Provence. Oh my God, it is so amazing. It's going to make this Cornish hen just like, these seasons are to die for, y'all. This blend especially. So seasoned salt, herbs de Provence, and of course we're going to season the front and the back. And now we're going to start adding some more seasons, okay? So I love garlic pepper, so I'm going to add that as well. So sprinkle generously. If you want the exact measurement, you can head over to my blog, iheartrecipes.com. You can print this recipe out for free, as well as many of my other recipes, okay? And then followed by that, we're going to add the poultry seasoning. Now, the poultry seasoning is the only one that still has our vintage logo on it. It still has my grandma's picture. So we're going to sprinkle that on generously, again, front and back. And then once everything is nice and seasoned, we're going to cover it, okay? The oven is preheated on 375. Let's wrap this on up. We're going to place it in the oven, and then we'll work on our other dishes, okay? So these knives, if you like that knife set, it is available on rosemarseasonings.com. Go ahead and get you a set. We're going to dice up some potatoes. Now, I'm using yellow potatoes, but if you have red or even russet potatoes on hand, you can use that too. We're going to be using the green season. Now, if you've been shopping for Rosemary season, you know this is like one of our #1 sellers, okay? The green season, just a couple pinches goes a long way. It has your sea salt, all of your bell pepper, onion. Y'all, it has everything you need for greens, okay? So I have my green beans. I'm using frozen. Obviously, if you want to use fresh, you can. I'm not even going to bother to let them thaw out. I don't need to, okay? So we got the potatoes, the green beans. I sprinkled on my greens seasoning. I put a little bit of butter on top, or a nice amount, I should say. And now I'm just going to fold this just like that. I'm just going to make it like a little pack, a little foil pack. So that's done. We're going to set this to the side because you see all that flavor at the bottom of that sheet pan? We kind of want that. No, as a matter of fact, we want that, okay? So pour it in a measuring cup. Don't skip out on this. We want all that flavor. And once we get it, we're going to set it to the side, okay? So now we're going to go right back to our other stuff. So there's our Cornish hens. On the side there, I just placed our green beans and potatoes seasoned with our Rosemary Seasonings green seasoning. And remember the little backs that we cut out of? I'm going to shred it right now because I'm going to use this for our dressing. So I'm going to be making a cornbread dressing. I made some cornbread and I purposely overcooked it, y'all. If you want to use store-bought, the cubed dressing, dry cornbread, you can use that. So that's mine. Like I said, I purposely overcooked it, or you can just make it a couple days prior. And all that flavor that was at the bottom of that pan, I'm going to just drizzle on in there. And I'm also going to add water. You don't need broth, but if you want to use it, you can. I'm using regular water. I let that sit for a couple of minutes so it can kind of like soak into the cornbread. And now I'm going to add the meat from the the Cornish hens. The backs, and now I'm going to start adding the onions that I chopped up. Okay, so give that a nice stir. And now we're going to add some magic. What kind of magic, you ask? I'm going to add in my dressing seasoning. Y'all, I'm trying to tell you, Rosemary got everything. So when you open it, it is green because this is a combination of celery, green onion, bell pepper. So don't be alarmed. It is supposed to look like that, and it smells like the holidays. I only add a little bit because a little goes a long way. I remember when this first came out, I assumed that everybody knew how to use it, and so many of y'all use way too much, and somebody said that their dressing went Incredible Hulk. So do not use too much, just a little bit because it goes a long way. I'm going to add that on into a wrap or pack, foil pack, and then we're going to add this in the oven. So at this time, I did reduce the heat from 375 to 350. I'm going to place our sheet pan meal, the Cornish hen still on. Going to place it on in the oven for about 30 minutes, y'all. And this is what it looked like once done. So 30 to 40 minutes, I should say. Depends on your oven, how hot or cool it runs. So the dressing is done. Of course, the Cornish hen is done, and it got some more color to it, so we are in business. And there is our green beans and potatoes. And y'all, this makes a fabulous Thanksgiving dinner for two. Not too much work. Rose and May Seasons pretty much did everything for you, and there you have it. If you want the exact measurements, head over to iHeartRecipes.com, and don't forget to stock up on your Rose and May seasonings at roseandmayseasonings.com. Later.